This is actually my second time through the, or third, fourth, whatever, a bunch of times through this module. This is the CumulusCI trail, and what I'm looking at is the third module, third module, making customizations available to your team. What I did was the first one, so what we're trying to actually fix is if we look at this, which is the food bank. And if we look at the pull request template, there are these three questions which come up. And if we look at it here, and you'll see this kind of in the next video, which was my first attempt. I'll just use it because it actually showed what yours is going to look like, but hopefully it'll make more sense then. But what happens is they have a changes section and an issue close section. And again, if what we do is to look at over here, that's where these changes and issues closed are going to come from. So that's what this one is doing. So what I did was to go out, well, let me just make sure I've kind of recaptured this. So what you're doing is you're going out and you're going to build as a first step a feature branch. And hopefully you've done this, but basically what you're doing is you're going out to here and you're creating a new branch, and what you're going to do is carry with it, because what you're doing is cloning the main branch, so you're going to carry everything with it. So what happens is when you click new, it says, do you want to the main branch. Again, this is a little bit wonky because I've already done this, so I don't want to talk about this too much, but you'll see it in the instructions, and it makes sense to be able to create a clone here, and to bring my changes, and then switching, and then what you're doing is a commit, and a commit, just so we see that, because that's the step I'm at right now, is here. If this is empty, let me just delete that, and we have this. That's interesting, because this actually came up. I guess this was because of the way it brought up, but what I'm doing is actually adding in the deliveries tab. And so there's one change, but it's listing out a whole bunch of things here. And these, I guess, are all metadata from the Salesforce system. Okay, and so what I'm going to do is to commit this. I got to add the deliveries tab. I'm committing this to test, and this is my current branch, and I have two branches, right? I've got main and test. And I'm going to commit this to test. And now what we're able to do is to say you have a commit that's waiting to be pushed. And so I can push this to origin. So I'm going to push this. And it's going to say, okay, you've pushed it. So now what you have to do is to create a pull request from your current branch. So it's already published, so I'm going to create a pull request. The good news is we're actually seeing these sections. So special thanks to David Ray on the Salesforce team for that community is really helpful. So if you have questions, don't hesitate to post there, because those guys really know this application. All right, so next what I want to do is to make a couple of easy changes. The first is to go in here, and what we're going to do is drop down. We've created a pull request, and then what we want to do is to enter this. So I'll paste in here in terms of issues closed. And actually I'm going to move this down. And what you can see here is if you go out and take a look at linking a pull request to an issue, there's actually some interesting things that'll happen. You can basically take, and there's a keyword called fixes, and it'll actually merge references for you. So there's some neat things that it'll do. So that's what we're up to with this. And now we can create the pull request. And note this is being done in the cloud. So this is that GitHub. And then if we scroll down, just so you see it, is you can merge it here with no conflicts. You can add comments. There's lots more we could do with it here. But let me go on and do a test, and then we'll come back. I'll show you how to do it, because there's some interesting things they do in the rest of this unit. Thanks for watching.